Shantae, Half-Genie Hero.
Hey everyone, I'm Jessica. Today we're going to be talking about Shantae Half-Genie Hero, a side-scrolling action platformer developed by WayForward Technologies after being successfully funded on Kickstarter. Half-Genie Hero is the fourth game in the series, occurring after the events of Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. I was introduced to Shantae while watching a charity livestream. The game being played at the time was Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. I remember watching the stream and thinking, my gosh, this game looks amazing. And not only did it look amazing, it was amazing. The way everything controls and how well the abilities complement each other make it an astonishing fast-paced action-adventure game. This led me to finding out about Half-Genie Hero, which was still currently in development at the time. I got a chance to play a demo of Half-Genie Hero at PAX West at the Nintendo Indie Lounge, where they gave me this neat little pin. I haven't played the original Shantae or Shantae Risky's Revenge, but with my love of Pirate Curse, you can expect I had high hopes and expectations for Half-Genie Hero. Now, does Half-Genie Hero live up to those expectations? Well, let's get started. Shantae is a Half-Genie hero of Scuttletown, a small fishing village. Shantae uses her magical hair to whip enemies and her belly dancing skills to transform into animals, as well as various other forms, dedicated to protecting her town, friends, and Sequinland. Shantae is awoken in the middle of the night by a mysterious sound and goes to investigate. This leads Shantae to an even more mysterious light, a messenger from the Genie realm, warning Shantae that an agent of darkness is seeking to gain control of both worlds by corrupting the genie's magic for their own selfish desires. Shantae awakens thinking that it may have all been a dream, and that's about all you're going to hear about that for a while. Shantae goes to visit Uncle Mimic, who plans to create a dynamo to repel monsters and pirates from Scuttletown to help Shantae defend it and give her some relaxation time. The notorious Risky Boost then steals the blueprints for the dynamo, and Shantae quickly jumps into action to thwart Risky's plans, and your adventure begins. Shantae has to collect parts for Uncle Mimic's invention, while stopping many threats to Sequinland. Half-Genie Hero features 5 main areas and chapters: Main Street, Mermaid Falls, Tasseltown, Cape Crest Station, and Hypno Baron's Castle, each one featuring one of Shantae's foes from a previous game, along with newcomer Holly Lingerbean. Each chapter features a new story and plot, and doesn't feel like it ties into the overarching story as well as it should. Holly probably had the most attention-grabbing story, actually creating distress, providing a little bit of her past as well, but even hers lacked the depth that it could have had. The story in Half-Genie Hero feels more like episodes you see in a cartoon or TV show, where there's a primary story but isn't necessarily addressed each episode, episodes highlighting their own story and the final episode finally tying everything together for the season finale. Shantae would make a great cartoon, by the way. The writing is absolutely fantastic and is just filled with all kinds of humor during various character interactions. Shantae Half-Genie Hero looks and sounds fantastic. Growing up in the 2D side-scrolling platformer era of games like Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario World, Half-Genie Hero is exactly the type of game I've been waiting for in the graphics department. Half-Genie Hero sets a new standard for me in terms of 2D graphics and action platformers. Everything is visually stimulating, from the character sprites, backgrounds are gorgeous, and especially the character portraits, which are drawn so well, always perfectly giving emotion to a character. Shantae's sprite is wonderfully animated and just bounces around dancing to the music in the game. WayForward brought Jake Kaufman back to do the soundtrack, and he did a great job making it catchy and full of energy. If you're willing to get a physical copy of Half-Genie Hero, you even get a copy of the soundtrack as well. Everything in this game just looks great with pinpoint details and fluidity. Half-Genie Hero is centered around helping Uncle Mimic build his dynamo. Game progression is pretty simple. Shantae will be called on for help at the beginning of a chapter. Gaining a piece of the map, you go to stop the new disturbance. Do some backtracking, deliver a part of the dynamo, rinse and repeat, that's about it. Half-Genie Hero is quite platforming heavy, being stage and section based. I always feel in complete control of Shantae whether she's on the ground, jumping from platform to platform, or attacking an enemy in the air. When traversing through an area and proceeding to the next section, you'll have the option to save. It's good that the game allows you to save, but I personally feel like it hurts the pacing, generally just wanting to immediately progress to the next section. Though it is pretty quick, I do wish you had the option to turn this off. I also found it a little odd that you couldn't re-enter an area of a zone after moving on to the next section unless restarting the level or having the warp dance. After completing the platforming portion of a new zone of the map, you'll run into a boss. Bosses in Half-Genie Hero are generally huge. For example, Tinker Slug, aka Poop Toot, Wilbur the Giant Worm, and who could forget Giga Mermaid. Bosses aren't very difficult. In fact, Half-Genie Hero isn't a hard game at all. It's very easy to actually break the game in a lot of ways if you choose to. After completing the main story of a zone, you gain access to different animal transformations to assist you in platforming sequences and explore different areas of a stage that were previously inaccessible. The monkey form is great for quick and nimble travel, being able to jump higher and climb walls. The crab and mermaid for exploring underwater. The elephant for breaking things. The
the bat for breaking platforming sequences, 8 animal transformations in total, some being more useful than others, not including a few special transformations that can be purchased from the Snake Merchant. Aside from Shantae's classic hair whip, she also has access to multiple magic abilities. My personal favorite, the Pike Ball, is great for dealing out additional damage, the Fireball for dealing damage from a distance, the Bubble for blocking projectiles, and I honestly didn't use the Storm Puff a ton, as cool as it can be when it's fully upgraded. These abilities can be purchased and upgraded at the item shop for gems, being able to carry up to 999 gems at one time. Ever running out of gems? Just use the Gem Jug transformation, hang out in the bathhouse, and watch your gem count go up. The magic abilities are really what reduces Half-Genie Hero's difficulty. A fully upgraded Pike Ball turns into the Scimitar, which deals massive amounts of damage, and the Bubble turns into a flat-out invincibility shield. Now, these do cost magic, but it was never really a problem for me, magic being quite plentiful. Later in the game, there's even an item that grants infinite magic. Shantae can also upgrade her hair whipping power and speed. There's actually quite a few useful things to buy. I personally love the Gem Attract upgrades. All these upgrades and magic abilities can be turned off if you want to up the difficulty, or just don't like them for some reason. If that's not enough to up the difficulty, Half-Genie Hero now features a hardcore mode.
Though Shantae Half-Genie Hero can be quite easy, it never got boring and I was always entertained. The gameplay is fast-paced, characters are lovable, visuals and music are great, providing a ton of energy, including Shantae's voice lines by Christina V, really bringing the game to life. I think this is a perfectly fine starting point for anyone wanting to get into the Shantae series. I'm always trying to get my friends to play Shantae games. With more DLC to come, including Pirate Queen's Quest, there's a lot to look forward to. So I'll see you guys in the next one, take it easy.